Good evening. It is the third Friday of the month, of the last month of the year. That means it's time for Comedy Flops, all you can eat virtual improv. And I highlight the virtual now because we are back doing some in-person performance. In fact, we had 2 shows over the last week. So we are doing that improv thing for you, but we love the virtual space as well. So we're going to do it all. Our show this month, if you are a regular follower of us, you know we support nonprofit organizations. And so this month we are supporting an organization we've supported in the past, No Mas Lagrimas, sometimes known as No More Tears. They do great work in our community. And we want to show them a little love this holiday season. If this is your first time with us, welcome. And I'll tell you that everything we're going to do tonight for you is entirely made up on the spot. This is totally unscripted. We know what games we'll do, but a lot of times we're going to ask you for suggestions. You'll notice there's a chat, whether you're with us on Twitch or with us on YouTube. There's a chat. If we ask for a suggestion, put your suggestion in the chat, and more than likely we will incorporate it into the game that we play. The more suggestions you give us, the wilder the suggestions, often the funnier it is, right? So be bold, be wild, and we'll have a great time over the next couple of hours. Without further ado then, let me welcome tonight's cast to the virtual stage. I'm going to start off with someone who I think sometimes comes in last because he's running all the tech, but honestly, we could not do this without him. Let's welcome Rigamarole. We've recently discovered deep in the heart of Ithaca's desert. Did you know Ithaca had a desert? We haven't seen him for a show or two. Please welcome back Camel Treasure.
Bam.
Hey. Wearing a very stylish Santa hat this holiday season. It isn't really an improv show or a movie without this. Let's welcome Propcorn. He's cold today. It snowed. Well, I don't know if we can see him tonight way, way up in the sky with all the clouds and the snow, but if you really look hard and squint a little, you might see the Moonman. Festively decorated for tonight's show. We have here with us tonight the annihilator of annelids, the one, the only Wormhammer. And finally, we have with us the 2016 Wimbledon champion and participant in the U.S. Open. Let's welcome Joe Lobb.
No pesos. No pesos.
No pesos.
I don't understand why it's not showing up. There we go.
There he is. And rumor has it, we will have tonight a sighting of Chance of Showers on her way. Don't blame her for the snow. It's not her fault. All right. Y'all ready to play some games?
Yeah,
I guess okay, sure. Yeah, a little bit. All right. So what we need tonight from our audience is a category or a topic that we can name lots of things in. We're going to play a game called Water Buoys. This is a Flops original. And how it works is we are going to get like a hobby. I'll use that as an example. So let's say the hobby was fishing. And the first flop in Water Buoys would name something associated with fishing. Let's say tackle, right? Every other flop then has to come up with something else related to fishing that begins with the letter T. And we do that until tuna, right? There you go. And we do that until inevitably somebody face plants, right? They fail, they repeat, they just, and we welcome them to the sidelines gently by yelling, what, guys?
Die!
Die! And you can do that at home too, right? We're into audience participation. I know we won't hear you, but we'll feel your death wishes for us when you do it. So don't hesitate. Startle your family, startle your pets, and you'll have a great time. So to get started, we need to populate our world. How about suggestions of hobbies or things that we can make lots of associations with? Just pop them in the chat right now.
The challenge deal.
Yeah, and we'll wait.
The challenge deal.
I don't know what you mean. I guess
Anyone
I'm
at any
old.
moment can challenge the last word said.
Oh, thank you.
Sparking
Oh.
a serious debate.
Yes. You see, old Papa Fraiche here is pretty old and his mind is a bit crumbly. That's right. Thank you. I didn't need a clue. I needed you just to spell the damn thing out for me. That's right. At any point, thank you. If one of us thinks somebody's fudging, we can say bullshit. And we can say why we think it's bullshit, and they can defend, and then we'll rule on it. And I think tonight we should rule by cast vote, just to change it up. A lot of times the host will do it, but I feel let's be democratic tonight. Let's do it by cast vote. That's right.
What is this, America?
No, it's better apparently because we're going to actually vote and then follow the results of the vote. What? Okay. All right. So let's see what's in our chat.
Does that mean we can claim that the election was rigged?
You can claim it was rigged. Yep. In fact, I
throw down
expect
a court,
Riggy.
Wormhammer.
Right. Yeah. I think Riggy will, by default, claim that it was rigged. So, all right. Let's say. Okay. We have some great suggestions to get us started. Oh, tons of them. Yes. 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 Let's go with one from our friend Mrs. Gumby. Hi, Mrs. Gumby. Let's do things associated with the Weather Channel, and let's start. Well, Riggy, why don't you start? We'll use the order we were using in warm up.
Weather.
Now it goes to Joe Lobb.
Whiteout.
Okay. Propcorn.
Winter.
Wet. Weatherman.
Warm.
Water.
Website.
Wind.
Worry.
What's that, Cam?
Challenge it. Challenge it if you don't have one.
I challenge it.
Camel Treasure, what's your challenge to Propcorn?
I don't like the cut of his jib. I mean, he comes in all cocky and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
knows every W word is gonna float there. So
Just thinks it's all going to work. Yeah, totally. Propcorn, defend yourself.
Well, there's pretty much one purpose for the Weather Channel, and that's you turn it on when people are telling you, oh my God, this storm's a brewing, we better check out what's going on. So it's all about the worry, or there'd be no ratings.
Okay, persuasive case. Flops, it's time to vote. Raise your hand if you think Camel Treasure had the more persuasive argument.
Ooh.
Raise your hand if you think Propcorn had the more persuasive argument. Well, I'm sorry, Camel Treasure. You wrote it's time to do. Shall we? 1, 2, 3.
Die.
We say goodbye to Camel Treasure. So let's pick the next topic we've got here. Oh, this is a good one. This is from our friend Andy. Stocking stuffers. Stocking stuffers. And it goes to the Moonman. Stocking stuffers.
oh, candy.
Cookies.
Crayons.
Chapstick.
Chimney.
Corn.
Cotton.
Collectibles.
Cookies.
You say cookies?
Cookies.
That was already said.
Ooh, are you challenging him based
I'm
off of it already being
challenging.
said?
I am challenging.
Okay. He's challenging you based off it already being said. What's your defense, Crème Fraiche?
Well, my defense is indefensible. The rule of the game, which I'm moderating, clearly states you cannot repeat something someone else already said. So there's only one thing for you to do in this moment.
So you are asking us to execute you.
I am. I've earned it. I mean, it's clear. I've earned it. Please.
All right. Who do you
I
think
open
had
my
the more
neck to you.
persuasive argument, gang? Thumbs
Wait,
up. To
I
John
didn't get to
live.
make an argument. This
You
is not a
did!
fair trial.
Okay, you're right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. You said cookies,
I did.
which was already said.
I understood that to be your initial argument.
And that
yes.
is against the rules of this game.
Of which I agree with you, sir.
But who said cookie better?
That's a whole. That could be a whole nother show topic. Cam.
That could have been a great debate topic for John to use to defend
I'm
himself.
not done with my argument.
Gentlemen,
he's
I
not
call the
done.
question.
He's not
I'm not done with the argument.
There's more arguing.
Like I said, it was against the rules to repeat. I'm just gonna restate it one more time. I said cookies. It was the second thing said in this category. Ladies and gentlemen, he has said cookies. I mean,
All right.
I
Gang.
think he's engaging in ageism now.
now if anyone wants me to restate, I will gladly.
Give a
talking
thumbs up if we're
himself
ready to
out.
save Crème Fraiche. Thumbs down if we want to kill him. Ready? 3, 2,
Kill
1.
him. Kill him.
1, 2, 3 to 2. Okay.
Woo,
See you, Crème
it's
Fraiche.
close.
Very
It was
close.
close. Adieu. I go on to glory.
Almost wanted to get rid of Leo
oh,
just
yeah.
for his argument.
Yeah,
Well,
he
after
did
this-
repeat it 3 times.
Yeah, the third
Cookie was
time
only repeated twice.
I mean,
Third
look,
time was too
2
much.
people still voted against me after I made my argument very clear.
All right.
Maybe I should have done it another time.
Stop talking. We have a new category. All right. Our next category. Thank you, Andy. Are things to keep warm. And since I face planted, that brings it back to Riggy. Things to keep warm.
Things to keep warm. Stuffing.
Fingers. Oh no, wait, it has to begin with an S, doesn't it?
It does.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Challenge!
One,
Fingers doesn't
two,
begin with an
three.
S.
That's automatic death. 1, 2, 3. Die.
Aye.
And
Football.
since we got barely into that category, I'm going to say we continue it. So, Riggy, just to set folks up, what was your word again?
Stuffing.
Stuffing. So the letter for everybody paying attention is S.
Okay. Socks.
Shoes.
Sand.
Sweatshirt.
Snowshoes.
Sweater.
Shirt.
Soup.
Gliders.
Let this man get away with murder.
Challenge.
There we go.
Out time.
Said sliders, right? Sliders are not really a thing at all, and like the slider thing, most thing I could think of a slider is the little thing that goes like this on a Ziploc bag, and I don't think you really need to keep that warm. And unless you're talking about flip-flops, those are called slides, not sliders.
Somebody school him.
Okay, my young friend.
Take him to class. Propcorn.
Okay. Sliders, in addition to potentially being some of the things you're referring to, are a food group.
Aha.
More specifically, they're little wee sandwiches, typically of a comfort food. And some of us really, really like our comfort foods when it's a little cold outside. So you can just sit and get this basket of little sandwiches. They could be barbecue, they could be chicken, they could even be vegan if you needed them to be. So sliders.
So known as rectum rockets.
Yep.
I've never heard that, but that would be an R, wouldn't it?
Yes, it
Those
would.
are specifically White Castle sliders.
Yes.
Yes.
I always heard those as belly bombers. And now we're going to get sued by White Castle. All right, I'm going to call the vote. I may be dead, but my disembodied voice lives on. So who thinks, and everybody can vote, whether you're dead or not. Thumbs up if you think Wormhammer had the more persuasive argument.
Worm is no.
Okay. Thumbs up if you think Propcorn had the more persuasive argument.
Bring on the sliders.
Shall we whisk?
It was rigged. It was
Get him
rigged.
outta
Dead
here.
people are voting in the election.
And we're down to 3 here on Water Buoys. Let's get a new category. Let's see what our friends have for us.
It's the usual suspects and Riggy here today. You
Yeah.
two. It's always you two.
What?
Things associated with arguments. Thank you, Mrs. Gumby, for that one. Things associated with arguments. And that is to Rigamarole again. He's the pace setter tonight in Water Buoys.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna say shouting.
Shouting?
Shouting.
Shouting. Okay.
Sobbing.
Spitting.
Dang it. Sputtering.
Slurring.
Suing.
No.
Slanging.
Succotash.
Slamming.
Souring.
Sliders.
For Christ's sake, somebody challenge him.
Man. This man.
Showering.
Showering or sadness.
Silliness.
I'm going to challenge.
She didn't challenge sliders or succotash.
Well, he knew it wasn't
I
one of
mean,
them.
I could give you a good argument with succotash.
Okay.
And, you know,
Give us one why.
I'm sure sliders have started a couple of arguments. But
Yeah, that's probably true.
silliness could cause an argument, but it's not really part of an argument or arguing. I mean, at that point, you've just given up and you've lost the argument. It's no longer an argument. It's just a single-sided attack with you losing. That's all it is. It's not really an argument because you're supposed to have a two-way. And You're just making yourself a target.
Okay, Propcorn.
Yeah, the hard thing with arguments is they either spiral out of control or you have to mediate and try to reel it in somehow. And often pointing out the silliness behind the argument, whatever it is, if it's, something to do with your mother-in-law or the soup was cold or whatever it is. Silliness sometimes helps you get out of that.
I don't know. That argument seemed kind of silly. I wasn't.
Neither of
All
these
right.
arguments were silly enough for me.
Let's vote. Who thinks the Moonman had the more persuasive argument? Okay, not looking good for you, Moon. What about Propcorn? Who thinks Propcorn had the more persuasive argument? Who thinks neither had the more persuasive argument? Propcorn and Moonman, you both lose. Riggy is our winner tonight.
Moral victory by default.
And he's doing the Riggy dance. All right, nice. We're going to see that on TikTok tomorrow, undoubtedly.
Don't you put me on TikTok. That's Chinese spyware.
I wouldn't do it, but I can't claim what our audience may or may not do. Okay, our next game is called the Alphabet Game. This is a two-person scene, and it's a game for Joe Lobb and Camel Treasure. And what I've asked our audience to do is to give us sort of a situation that two people might find themselves in, and they're going to build a scene around that. And each line of the scene is going to start with the next letter of the alphabet, and they'll only have 90 seconds to do this scene. And so are you ready for your topic to inform your scene? Oh, hearing nothing, I'm going to tell you anyway. All right, so you are Christmas carolers at the mayor's house. Christmas carolers at the mayor's house. You have 90 seconds to do a scene, starting with the next letter of the alphabet, and I'm going to start you off with the letter R.
Really cold out here tonight.
Oh, sure is.
Trust that they'll give us some hot eggnog.
Usually they do, but not until the end of the night.
Very true.
What do you say we sing Silent Night next?
X out that one. I don't like it.
You choose then.
Zebras would have a better chance of getting the right one.
All right. Deck the halls.
Easy. Yeah, let's do that one.
Cool. Awesome.
F. Can we get an F, somebody?
I guess we're just gonna have to, do without it.
Harps would be useful here too.
Oh, I know.
Just wing it, I guess. That's what we'll have to do.
Okay.
Like it or not, Mr. Mayor, here's your song.
My voice is for you.
No one else.
Only you.
Please give us some eggnog. We're freezing out here.
Quite.
Really, we're freezing.
Send warmth.
That's all we're going to get from his house, I guess.
Scene. You got to T. You missed it by 6.22 seconds, but a pretty good effort.
Yeah.
And that is the alphabet game. We're not going to do it backwards tonight, but a good effort, gentlemen. I didn't feel like inflicting that torture upon you. It is the holiday season after all. But we're going to play a different game, and this game is called Complaint Department. And this is a game for Rigamarole, who's going to be our clerk. And our gift returnees are going to be Propcorn and Joe Lobb, and they're going to come in one at a time, and they're going to interact with Rigamarole, returning this terrible holiday gift they got. And the thing is, they don't actually know what they're returning. So Rigamarole is going to have to give them some clues. So let me look at your suggestions and see what they might be returning. All right. And I'm just going to send these only to Rigamarole. Here's the first one.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And Chance of Showers is entering the playing field just in time for our game. Okay, and here is the second one. Riggy, are you ready? Here it comes. There you go. So Riggy knows what it is. Propcorn and Joe Lobb are going to have to figure it out, and let's see it.
Two of you, don't listen for a second. I want to announce it to the audience. Can you? Good. Okay. Don't listen.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I've been given pointy fireplace and powerful popsicle stick, and we're just gonna trust that they didn't hear. All right, come on in. Come on in. Next in line. All right, come on. What you got?
This shit ain't working.
Yeah, you're telling me. Neither is my supervising manager. So, what's the problem with it?
Well,
Whoa, easy when you put it on the desk there. Come on. I'm not bulletproof.
I brought it home.
Mm-hmm.
I plugged it in. Nothing.
Oh, so it's electric. It's not gas?
Well, there's a plug, so it seemed like it wanted to be in an outlet. Should I have hooked it to propane?
I don't know. You bought the thing. Did you read the instructions or what?
I didn't quite see instructions in there.
Let me ask you. When you took this thing out of the box, did it stab you in the ear and into your brain?
Well, it is a little pointy, but
yeah, it is. It is pointy. You're correct.
But it didn't quite pierce my brain, and it didn't seem to turn on the way it's supposed to. So I didn't.
Well, how was it supposed to turn on?
Well, I imagine you plug it in and it starts serving its intended function.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this. When you plugged it in, did you see a light? Did you feel some warmth or what?
I did not. No.
Okay.
No, I felt no warmth and no light from this pointy thing.
Okay, well, that's exactly what it's supposed to do, I think. If that's the
Hmm.
purpose it's supposed to serve. What'd you want this for? Do you want it for a big room or a small room?
Well, my pointy heating unit might need to be in a small room.
Problem is, if you don't remember the actual name of this thing, it's not in the box. You just brought it in, out in the open, stabbing everyone left and right. And if you don't have the actual name, I can't put it back on the shelf. So sure, it's a heating unit. It does that. Is it gas? Is it wood? Is it pellets? I need to know.
Oh, well, it's a pointy radiator.
We don't sell pointy radiators here, all right? It looks it's even got a mantle on the top of it, and it seems like there's a little bit of your blood on top of the mantle here.
Oh, my pointy fireplace, of course.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, we do have that. Store credit 50%. No, anything else? No deal.
I'll take 2.
All right. Merry Christmas. Get out of here. Next, come on.
Hello and Merry Christmas. I'm sorry to put a damper on your holiday season, but
Yeah, Merry Crimbo.
I'm sorry. I just can't. This thing was brought by me to please my girlfriend, and she's not at all happy with it, so I have to take it back.
Okay.
And it just doesn't work.
Easy with it. Easy. Okay. You're going to break the desk with this thing. Come on. It's such a small thing. But really, packs a punch. Jeez.
Yeah. I think it almost made a hole in the wall when I started it up.
I bet it would. Yeah, what? Huh.
But I'm not going to charge you for the wall.
No, you shouldn't. Because it clearly is in the instructions that you're not supposed to put it through a wall. Usually we'd put this thing in your mouth, but the thing that's supposed to go on the outside of it isn't here. So was this used? Did you use this?
I cannot tell a lie. Yeah, we tried. So yeah, I guess we did. I felt a little feverish, and I wanted to make sure.
Okay. So you felt a little feverish, and you put, I don't know, the fudge part, the cherry part, whatever, you put it on your head and watched it melt? Is that what you did? That's not what this is for.
Yeah, I guess that was just the wrong thing to do. I'm sorry. I found the instructions, but they were all in Japanese, and I don't read Japanese, so.
Well, yeah, that's the brand. It was in the Japanese snack aisle, I'm sure.
I believe it was, yes.
What flavor was it?
It was hard to tell. It was kind of mixed between salmon and vanilla.
You've got no taste if you were buying salmon and vanilla of this.
Well, I don't think you have to get personal about this. I mean, yeah, I made a mistake, but geez,
Sir,
you don't have to rub it in.
I'm being very professional for the state of what you brought me back and expect to get money for. This tiny little itty bitty strip of wood that could have broken my desk.
I didn't say I wanted money. I just want to return this. I would take money if you offered it to me, but...
You brought back a single one of these just because.
Well, yeah, I think I'm entitled.
Entitled to walk up here, stand in line, make all these people, all 12 people who are behind you, wait while you hand me this small piece of wood with a joke on it, on the one side, the punchline on the other, and maybe break my desk with it.
Well, I didn't break your desk. Now, come on. A fortune cookie fortune isn't going to do that.
No, a fortune cookie fortune wouldn't. But this little piece of wood that goes like this used to have something on the outside of it, but you put it on your forehead and it all melted down your face. It's still on your face. Could you have cleaned yourself off before you came in here?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry. Gotta look good for these
Here,
things.
Take a cloth. Your hands are going to be sticky.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, I gotta categorize this. I had to put something in the data because when I yell at a customer like this, they need to have the information. What was this?
I guess a descendant of a mood ring. I mean, it's kind of that sort of thing, but it's not ringy, so it's not a mood ring, but it's related.
Okay.
Yeah.
You found it in the freezer section, the Japanese snack foods freezer section, and it was salmon and vanilla flavored.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird, but you know, I'm an adventurous soul as far as foods go. I'll give anything a chance.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna pop this fool. I might actually pop this fool. I'm gonna jump over the counter, pop this fool, and go get on my bicycle.
Okay. It's a little cold out, but you will need your water bottle.
And that's what I think is so strange. I think is so strange that you, it's cold out there, bought a whole pack of these, probably six of these, and instead of eating it, you put it on your forehead and let it melt down your forehead. In the middle of winter. This is a summer food, man.
Well, Pocky is good any time of the year.
You could have had fudgesicle. You could have had orange cream. You could have had the little firework one. But no, you had to have salmon and vanilla flavored this. And now all I got left is the remnant, the little thing that holds it up.
Yeah, the popsicle stick, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not just any
Yeah.
popsicle stick. When you set it down, it almost broke my desk. And actually, I feel like right now, I wield the ability of a god just holding this in my hand.
It's a wand popsicle stick.
A wand that has some sort of mystical ability or
It's made of plutonium, and you better be careful where you point it.
well, it's got magical or super
Pokemon popsicle stick.
I so wish right now because that sounds delicious. But no, it's like it's like I feel inside me this sense of ability. I have this comes great responsibility, but what's the word?
A power stick.
Yes, but it's an adjective, right? I gotta write it on the sheet.
Powerful stick.
It's a powerful popsicle stick. Thank you very much.
Ding, 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 ding.
You are not allowed in the store anymore. Next, thank you.
I
very
wouldn't
much.
come here anymore.
Good. Oh, I'm fired?
Ah.
Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Here's
you're fired. Yeah, turn the shirt and leave. All right, that is complaint department. There was a lot of complaining going on, wasn't there? Yes, there was.
Yeah.
All right, this next game is an all-play game, so let's welcome all the cast on. Let's give a big hello to Chance of Showers.
Hello, Chance.
Hello.
It's a chance of showers.
Showers. Possibly. She said she might be having camera issues.
No, I don't know if my video's working.
Well, you can do this one audio if you have to. The game we're going to play next is called Short Flops. Folks who have watched improv may know it also as Scenes from a Hat. And what I've done is I've asked our audience for suggestions of situations, and we will come up with something you probably shouldn't say in that situation. You know, so like, let me find an example that I gave our audience. Things not to say on a first date. In fact, let's do that one to start with. Things not to say on a first date, and then we'll pull from the suggestions we got. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I'm having a much better time with you than I did with your mom.
So, are you on your period today or next week? Ricky.
I really only matched with you to meet your dog.
Propcorn.
Do you like corn too?
Joe Lobb.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say what is the going rate for donation these days?
Moon.
Oh, was that you or me?
Wormhammer.
Yeah, welcome to my place. Don't mind the smell of bones, but
Rigamarole.
Yeah, I just need to borrow like $450. At $452 exactly.
So, how do you feel about trading underwear? Popcorn.
Congratulations on your pregnancy.
Cam.
Hi, Kim. It's so great to meet you. This is Mother.
Riggy.
Congratulations on our pregnancy.
Wormhammer.
Now, son, this is gonna be great practice for you and I.
All right, let's get a new situation. worst thing or something you really shouldn't say at confession. At confession.
I got one.
Go.
Yes, Father, it was me. I killed probably 4 people just in the parking lot on the way in here. How many Hail Marys?
Lobb.
How come I always start up doing the talking? Let's change it up. I want to hear what you want to confess about.
Moonman.
Is there any toilet paper on your side?
Is this where I come for the cookie and the sip of wine?
Wormhammer.
Was that you or me?
Cam.
So, what would you like to confess, Father?
Riggy.
I read the whole book out there. It does not end well for us.
Chance.
Chance, go. Okay.
So wait a minute, let me get this straight. There's no touching in confession? Because that's not how Father John does it.
Propcorn.
I'm not wearing anything under my robe either.
Lobb.
I'm just going to say one thing, and then I'm going to leave. And I've always wanted to say this. My father can play dominoes better than your father can play dominoes. Bye.
Wormhammer.
I'm not saying anything without my lawyer.
All right, let's get it. Oh, Moon.
Every time I leave the confessional, I feel like I'm coming out of the closet.
Again.
All right, let's do things not to say at a parole hearing. I did it, and I'll do it again. Lobb.
Just remember, I know where all of you live.
Rigamarole.
I just don't think it's fair that you guys had all of these witnesses who came and said really bad things about me, and just because all the people who would have said good things about me were my cellmates, and they're all dead.
Wormhammer.
Oh, I won't be going near any playgrounds, which is why I've mapped them all out, actually. So you can see that I won't be going in that area.
Propcorn, then Lobb.
If you're setting me free, can I just go back for one more shower?
Lobb.
Actually, I want to withdraw this attempt to get out into the wider world. The food here is great, and the social life, you cannot beat it.
All right, good. All right, Moon. And then I've got one more for us, and this will be the special Camel Treasure question. But go ahead, Moonman.
Is it okay if I get a second body cavity search afterwards?
The body cavity searches, buy one, get one free. Who knew? All right, so finally, I think this one, have to give a Camel Treasure possibly first cracks at this one. Things not to say when being given a parking ticket.
Wait, we're just playing worst things you could say.
I know. Variation.
God,
Am I doing the game wrong, Riggy?
Can I buy you a coffee?
Lobb.
Yeah, well, let me see where you're parked.
Riggy.
I'm having a lot less fun here than I did with your mother.
Propcorn.
So, yes, the sign says emergency room, but I wanted to park here.
Fine. I won't park here. Instead, what I'll do is I'll crap myself right in front of you. Moon.
Go ahead and write the ticket. It's a stolen car.
Well, that almost did tragedy for my computer. All right, anybody got one to bring us home?
Well, now I'm feeling self-conscious.
Cam-
That was really good.
Camel treasure.
Actually, I'm not parked. I'm standing. See?
All right, that is short flops or some variation of worst thing you can say. I don't know. Take your pick. All right, let's see what's next here on the big book of fun. Okay, this is a sound booth replay. And this is a game for Propcorn and Chance of Showers.
I don't think this is going to work out.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to sub in Wormhammer on this one. Propcorn and Wormhammer. They're going to do a two-person scene, short one. And then, let me see here, then Rigamarole and Camel Treasure will replicate the scene. But here's the twist. They are going to be able to watch the scene, but they are going to put their sound down, plug their ears, etc. They'll only see it. And when they come on, they have to recreate the scene based on what it was they thought they saw. And who knows, maybe they'll nail it, but probably not. So the suggestion I'm going to give Propcorn and Wormhammer. I'm going to tell them in a second. Okay, Riggy and Cam, can you hear me? They cannot. Okay. So your scene takes place in line at the DMV.
Oh, why is this line so long?
I don't know. I came in, it was 8 o'clock on the button, and I'm the 10,000th person in line.
Let's just start pushing people, you know? Okay.
Yeah, get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Get 'em out of
You know what? I'm going to call the people right in front and go, God damn it, why am I waiting so long on this line?
Yeah, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to get the keys to my bulldozer.
Ah, good idea. Let's take them all down.
Here, get on the side. Let's go.
Here, wait. Follow me. Follow me. Come on. We can sneak up to the beginning. Here, just push. We're going to tell them you can't see. You're handicapped. You need to come to the front. Come to the front. Come on, come on, come on. Here we are. Here's my friend. We're ready. Okay. Go to the front of the line now. Okay. You bulldoze down the person that's there. They're saying we need to go to the back again.
I just did all this work.
Yeah, just a little too much bulldozing, I tell you.
Okay.
Or
well,
are you here for a license for your bulldozer?
I am actually. Yes.
A bulldozer license, yes. I think there's a form for that. Here, you need to fill out this form and say, I'm requesting a bulldozer license, a 5-year one, and you've just demonstrated how well your bulldozer works because you bulldozed the whole damn DMV.
Yeah, I mean, if that's not good enough proof, I think the only other thing you'll need is a photo.
There's your photo. You got a photo, you're set. Okay.
And scene.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to send a message over our chat. And there we go. They'll come back in a moment. And here we're going to have Rigamarole and Camel Treasure, and they are going to now recreate that scene based on whatever it is they think they saw. Let's see it.
What is taking so long with my takeout order?
Hey, I ain't got the time to be making no takeout orders for you. It's not gonna happen.
The whole point of calling in advance is to make sure that it's ready so I can come in, pick it up, and drive away.
Well, the problem is our sushi guy. Okay, here, I'll give him a call right now. Hey, sushi guy. Hey, he's on his way. I gotta go meet him in the parking lot.
You know what? I'm just gonna drive to the other sushi place. Oh wait, yeah, come out to the parking lot. A little closer. Come on.
Okay, yeah. Here, let me just. This is a mess. Oh no. Go to the parking lot. Here we go.
This is ridiculous. I just wanted 2 Philadelphia rolls, 1 California roll, and the dynamite roll. What is so freaking hard about that?
Listen to me. Okay. I'm gonna tell you the truth. There's a
Get
conspiracy.
off my hood, sir.
There's a conspiracy going on. They don't want you. They don't want you to get your. They don't want you to get your sushi roll.
I want a sushi, man.
Well, you're not gonna get it with that attitude. But I can help you.
You're hacking my Bluetooth, man. You're like right in my car, but you're on my hood. This isn't cool, man.
I told you, I'm part of the resistance. Okay?
Right. Can I get you to sign this so that when I contact my insurance company, they'll
It's
they'll
them. It's the insurance company that doesn't want you to get your sushi roll. The little Geico gecko. You can't trust that little guy.
I don't know. I'm you know what? I'm gonna go get Taco Bell.
Don't get me started on the Allstate. Taco Bell, no, don't go there either. That's where Flo from I forget what insurance company right now, but Flo goes there. Yeah, Progressive. You're one of them, aren't you?
And scene. All right. So that's what you think you saw.
Yeah.
Surprisingly close.
It had some tones. Right. Joe, why don't you tell them what your scene was about?
It wasn't me.
Oh. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, you were talking, so naturally I assumed.
You're waiting in line at the DMV.
Yep. It had elements. Yeah.
And Wormhammer chose to bulldoze down the DMV because of said line. But in the end, he was actually getting a license for his bulldozer, which kind of proved that it was quite operational.
Right. And let's face it, that could happen, right? That could totally happen. All right. So our next game, then, we're going to play a game called Different Realities. And so this game is for 2 flops, and it's going to be a game for the Moonman and Propcorn. And what this game is, they're going to do a simple 2-person scene for you. And the twist is each of them is going to be in a slightly or radically different reality. And neither will know the reality that the other one's in. So for the moment, I need Moonman to unplug so he can't hear. And I will reveal to Propcorn and the audience's reality. All right. So Propcorn, you are in a Christmas movie. Okay. Now I need you to unplug. And I need the Moonman back. Hello, Moon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you again.
Okay. So, Moonman, you are in the Stone Age. So again, for our audience, Moon is in the Stone Age and Propcorn is in something I can't say with, and Propcorn's in a Christmas movie. I almost blew it right here live. All right, let's get them both back and let's see that scene.
You.
Why, yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. So good to see you, my friend.
You friend?
Yes. Happy holidays to you, my friend.
No like fast movement.
Oh, I agree, but this time of year is a time to gather with all of our loved ones and perhaps have some conflict for the next 90 minutes or so, which will be resolved wonderfully when time comes for it to end.
Wiggly man move too much.
Oh, yes.
I make you slow down.
Well, but I just have to skip here to the Christmas tree where we will light and we'll sing a song. Ooh.
Quiet. Something in tree. Something eat you.
Ah, no, this is a magical tree. There's special presents underneath this tree. I know it's not decorated yet, but that's because my family has run out of money this year. But perhaps something good will come of all of this. It usually does when we break into song.
It's animal dropping under tree. Predator waiting.
Oh, no, that's an elf. But the thing is, he thinks he's an elf, but he can't be an elf because there really aren't elves, right?
Your elf have pointy teeth and run fast.
Well, he does run, but that's because he's trying to chase another elf to find true love.
He's going to eat other elf.
I don't think so. I think they're kissing.
Oh, better bash with club before they make more.
Oh. Yes. Sometimes the Fred Flintstone costumes are really quite popular for Christmas gift buying. Yesterday, when I was sitting on Santa's lap, begging him for toys for my family because we can't afford them this year, Santa Claus said, "Ho, ho, ho, we'll give you all the toys you need this year."
I can give you leg. It's good meat.
Oh, you just seem sad. I don't think you should be jumping off of this bridge. The whole world would be a much better place because you're in it.
There's something big coming.
Yes, his name is Santa Claus. Here, Santa Claus, go point up and go wave. Hi, Santa, come back to our town.
His name Big Pointy Sharp Tooth, and he gonna eat you.
No, that's
hide.
That's the
I go
Grinch.
hide.
He's
You
a
get
little
eaten.
green fellow with pointy teeth, yes. But you'll see at the end, his heart is going to grow 3.5 sizes bigger.
His stomach grow 3.5 size bigger with you in it.
And scene. Okay, let's find out. Propcorn, what do you think was going on with the Moonman? What was his reality?
He seems slightly prehistoric.
Ding, 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 a winner. And Moonman, what do you think was Propcorn's reality?
It was sounding like It's a Wonderful Life by the end. So Christmassy, very Christmassy.
Yes, he was in a Christmas movie, or special if you prefer.
Yes, I tried to throw in the Grinch and Elf as well.
Yeah, nice, very nice. So that's different realities. Now, I'm told by one of our flops that there is a super secret special game.
Oh, it's not a game. It's not a game exactly. So everyone come back on.
Yourself, sir.
Everyone
explain
come
yourself.
back on. So we've been we've been apart for so long, so it's been difficult. But now the flops have been going back into their live, and this is the last rehearsal. We all got together, and this is the first time we've been able to do it in the last 3 years. Be able to write our letters to Santa together, which we always do.
It's true.
And I have to make a small confession. It was my responsibility to bring them to Santa, and I didn't bring them to Santa, guys.
Oh, Riggy.
But here's the thing.
One job.
I know.
One job, man.
Here's the thing. Santa does watch the stream. And
does he? Really?
He will definitely get whatever you guys need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach in. You can't change them now. You can't change what you've written, but I'm gonna reach into the bag, and I want you to tell Santa why you want the thing you want, and really justify it. So here, let me reach into my sack here.
Okay.
and I'll pull out the first one. I don't know who. Remember, they're not. They don't have your names on them, because Santa knows who wrote what. So I got the first one here. Okay, let me read it. All right. The first one. Skip all this stuff about talking to Santa. You asked for a baby sister, even though your mother is postmenopausal. Who was that? Oh, it's the Moonman. Okay, Moonman.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting up there in years, and I don't have kids of my own, and I'd really like to go trick or treating again. So I figured if I could get a baby sister, that's a good 10, 15 years easy that I could go trick or treating without people giving me strange looks. That's all.
I thought you were doing it for the kidneys.
I think you're to be a little hard pressed to get Santa to give you a baby sister after it being specifically about it being about a competing holiday. But it's him. It's not up to me. All right, let me get the next one out of the bag here. Chance of Showers. I'm reading everybody's Christmas letters to Santa, and then you
didn't give them to Santa, mind you.
I didn't give them to Santa, but Santa watches, so you got to tell Santa why you want what you want, and so he'll hear you. Okay. All right. So.
Okay, I'm surprised we intercepted those again this year.
Yeah,
whatever.
I know. Right.
Okay, this one is a can of crescent rolls signed by the Pillsbury Doughboy himself.
Yep. It's been, my lifelong dream. And this year I'm brave enough to ask for it because I think I've been really good. So I think this year's the year that it'll happen. That little doughboy, that laugh is infectious, and I just can't help myself. And the buttery crescent rolls are just the perfect addition to any meal. So I just think, even better than his signature would just be like a little recording of that little, that would make my year, honestly.
He is on Cameo. So you could get him on Cameo and get him to do his little laugh for you. All right, get in the bag here. All right. Okay, I've got 2 taxidermied reindeer. Who wants that?
That was mine.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not very good at hunting when the hunting season comes around, and reindeer you don't find them much except for on Christmas. And I knew Santa was the right guy to go to. He knows a lot of reindeer, but I'm not great at hunting, so I was like, well, maybe I can prove to everyone that they might think I'm really good at hunting if I've got 2 reindeer in my house. So I'd really like to have 2, not just 1, but 2 taxidermied reindeer, please, for Christmas. Yeah.
Can't get a permit for reindeer hunting in these parts. Okay.
No, that might be part of his problem.
Yeah.
For the lead singer of Twisted Sister to stop calling. That's somebody.
All right, it's me. No,
all 3 of
what?
you.
You too?
All 3 of you.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, I can't believe it that we.
Let's have
all
Camel
3?
Treasure go first here. Cam, why do you want the lead singer of Twisted Sister to stop calling you?
Well, here's the thing, okay? We had a brief interaction in the 80s. You may not recall. If you've seen the video, we're not going to take it. I'm actually in it. Yeah, I'm stuffed in the car. But anyway, besides the point, 20 years later, he's after me because what he didn't realize was I was getting royalty checks for every time they played the video, and they swapped our amounts. So I was getting his and he was getting mine, and he finally tracked me down. So I'm trying to get rid of him. So Santa, do me a solid here, huh? I'll slip you a few.
So, Crème, Fraiche, you have the same problem? Is that right?
I did. Yes. I can't believe 2 other flops said the same thing. Mine is somewhat related to Cam's, actually. Well, in the early 2000s, I had a bit of good luck, and I started a little music publishing company. And, if you have rights to songs, you can make quite a mint on that. Paul McCartney's done super well on that. And I kind of took a page from the McCartney book, and I looked for artists in the 90s that were sort of down on their luck. And I bought the Twisted Sister catalog. So what's happening is a lot of the royalties are coming to me. and he keeps calling me up. Oh man, I'm D. Snyder. Can you jack up the percentage a little bit? And we're not gonna take it. And I'm like, yeah, you are gonna take it. Here's your quarterly check for 52 cents, D. Leave me the hell alone. And that's all I need. So Santa, please, for
that
both of us.
Explains why he's coming after me for the cash, because he's not getting it from you.
Right.
Totally. And Dave, D is after you as well?
Yeah, he is, and it's money related. I mean, I teach high school, and a lot of times the seniors come to me and they ask for advice for real life, and I look at them and see how vibrant and lively and brainless and happy they are. And then I look at their parents who are, 26 years at the same job, and they're all faded. And so about 10 or 12 years ago, I started saying, okay, here's the secret to a happy life. Stay hungry, wow, 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 feed the fire. But I haven't been paying any royalties, so they think it's my phrase. And I don't know how Mr. Snyder heard about it, but I kind of owe him a lot, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pay him, frankly.
Well, I wish you would, because he'd leave us alone then.
Yeah, maybe. And same to you.
Wow, geez, I didn't know he was that hard pressed.
He's tenacious. Cody's tenacious.
I believe if he's calling all three of you daily. That's just insane. All right, so I got a couple more here. I've got just Joe Biden's baby teeth. Is that anyone here? Is that a different flop not here?
Yes,
oh, it's Propcorn.
yes.
Okay.
That's me. Now I'm really, really committed to, keeping the presidency in the hands of Democrats. But Joe's getting old. So what I've done is, if I can just get any part of his DNA, but especially his teeth, I was thinking I could get them, maybe scrape a little layer off, clone it, bake it really, really quickly, and then 2 years from now, we'll have a nice young Joe Biden ready to run for president. Thank you, Santa.
Makes sense. Really big Joe Biden fans here. Just a couple more here. This one here, I'm not sure. Of course, I know French Fry Suitcase has a couple of them. And so it could have been her as well.
Sure, totally.
Parrot that knows how to curse. Is that anybody here? Could not.
It isn't mine. It isn't mine. But actually, that one I think was Hand Rations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, Hand Rations. Is studying comedic arts, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I think what that was about is she wanted to teach the parrot her monologues, so that she could have duophonic monologues.
Okay.
But I think she also wanted to work it into the Van Bortle sketch as another incarnation of Taffy, is what I think that was about.
That's so funny, because I thought you said parents and not parrot.
Yeah. Totally different things. It's true. Yeah.
I've got bad news for a lot of kids out there. Your parents probably curse. Funny enough, my parents don't. But all right, a couple more. Last year's Cookies and Milk back. Is that anybody here? It might be my.
Yeah. That's Officer Peggy.
Oh,
so
okay.
She had a bone to pick for him, because actually what happened was he not only took his plate of cookies and drank his milk, but he also took her plate and her glass of milk. She normally gets up at about 2:00, and this is a ritual for her. She always has at 2:00 in the morning a plate of cookies and a glass of milk, and she likes that glass of milk warm but not hot. So she left it out, and he ate both plates, and it ticked her off so much. So now she wants both of them back.
It's a tradition that Officer Peggy has taught every single one of us.
Yeah, I know,
Yep.
right?
All right, I'm pretty sure this one's mine. It's just a matching set of Victorian dresses and corsets. You don't worry about that one. But I got last one here, and this is just Dear Santa.
Wait. Are you sure about that one? Because that sounds really familiar to me.
You think it's
was
yours?
Brain Peas.
No,
that was Brain Peas.
Yes, exactly. I think that was Dr. Brain Peas.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that might be why we haven't seen him in a while. I wonder if he's feeling self-conscious about it.
I think he's just
It
got
looks great.
he's
No, of course not.
trying on the ones from last year, and he's got a lot, so it's taken a while.
I'll say
Yeah.
that I'm
know.
very touched because if he asked for the matching Victorian dresses and I asked for them, it's because we both had each other in mind.
Could be. Yeah. Then you both have excellent taste.
Yep.
So, that makes sense.
You know
And
how
this
hard it
one,
is to-
oh, sorry, what'd you say, Wormhammer?
I was just saying it's taken a while for him to try them all on because you gotta put them all on, and it takes forever to take them off. Might get
Oh,
stuck.
yeah. Well,
Loose thread everywhere.
it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
That was my gift last year, but I didn't wish for it again because of all the hassle.
Of course.
You already got one.
Takes so long. This is the
Yeah,
last
totally.
one. Just says, "Dear Santa, please tell your pervert elf to stop leaving messages in my stocking."
That's got goat yoga written all.
Goat yoga, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That sounds right.
After living in that eco village for 4 years, she gets really sensitive about what comes in and what goes out. So,
No,
yeah,
sure.
it's gotta be
Like you
her.
did. Yeah. I think it's goat yoga. I agree. Oh, well, cool.
Makes complete sense. Well, thank you guys for.
Santa.
I was just worried that you were going to get your gifts, so
I appreciate that.
reading them out loud here, I think that was the best thing that we could do. So,
Well, under the circumstances, but for God's sakes, next year, if you're in charge of that, write them down. Make yourself a note.
it's not me. Next year.
Saying. Okay. All right.
Wormhammer.
Oh, okay. Wormhammer, write a note
Yeah,
right now.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Good. So, this is usually where we take a break, but tonight we have some messages. We're going to just do some short messages for you, and then we're going to be right back with the second set. We're going to power through tonight because that's what we do. 'Tis the season to power through.
All right, we got to make a quick buck here. Messages from our sponsors.
Yeah.
And flops, you head on over there. Take a watch too. Here we go.
Okay.
People are always asking me, Deborah, why don't you sign up for a dating app? Aren't you lonely? Aren't you a sad, lonely person? Of course not. Don't you want someone to help you out or take care of you? I managed to take care of myself quite successfully, thank you very much. Wouldn't it be fun to have someone to go out with? Well, I do have friends. But if I'm being honest, there is one thing I do miss about being in a romantic relationship. And that's someone that's always there to make me laugh. But that's why I have Mr. Sprinkles.
Hey!
I don't need a partner for everything. Just someone to have a laugh with every once in a while. Or when my so-called friend Kim forgets that we go to the gym every Wednesday. Learn to use the calendar app, Kim. I need someone to bring a little bit of joy to my life. That's what Mr. Sprinkles does. Every time we're together. Sometimes I think to myself, maybe we could be something more. Well, I really don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I'm really into crypto right now. I stand to make quite a bit of money. Boing, boing, boing.
I think you should leave.
It's Gigolos. Need a clown? Download Gigolos now. Gigolos available on iOS and Android.
By the gods, does this path ever end? Take a shortcut through the treacherous wood. And alas, sure it is not this cut. Must not rest long, lest I provoke the ire of the forest. Hail! Hail to you, Lady of the Wood. I hope my presence does not irk thee. You see, I'm on my way to see Lord Bortle, and my feet I can only make as much haste as I can.
You shouldn't be here, little human. Don't you know there are some shady characters in this woods?
My sincerest apologies. I'm going as fast as I can, but my feet are so tired. I'm so thirsty. And I've no water to drink.
I can help you with that. Here, I'll make you a little potion right here.
Truly, that would be... I'd be indebted to you.
Just one tiny ingredient. Here we are. Make sure to drink every last drop, or else it won't have the intended effect. It'll put a big ol' pep right in your step.
That's rather good. I'm feeling better already. Maybe I will make it to Lord Bortle's house.
I see you've met the Poop Witch.
Well, I hope you all didn't mind us giving our sponsors a little bit of an introduction there. Yeah, sometimes, to get these things keep going, we gotta sell out, and I hope you don't feel that we're selling out for you guys, because we really care about this, about doing these live streams, and we have to fund them somehow. So thank you.
Sure that we are funded, Riggy. That was inspirational, really, and. I think we'll remember these lessons always, really. All right, let's get all the flops back up, and we're going to go right into the second set. And we're going to start off with a game called Sex With Me. And for that game, I need you to put in the chat just random everyday objects, and we'll tell you why sex with us is like those objects. And so just pop those in the chat right now, and we'll give you a second to catch up with us. And while we wait for some of those, I'll give us one to start us out with. We're going to give you cameras. Rigamarole.
Sex with me is like a camera. Better check that shutter speed.
Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a camera. Quite often you hear, "What the F? Stop."
Sex with me is like a camera, mostly blurry. Wormhammer.
Sex with me is like a camera. There's always someone behind.
Propcorn.
Sex with me is like a camera. It's usually better as a selfie.
Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a camera. Seriously outdated.
Camel. Treasure.
Sex with me is like a camera. Sometimes you have to blow on the film and shake it.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a camera. Sometimes you need a little support to get it right.
Propcorn and then Wormhammer.
I kind of wanted to take it back, but sex with me is like a camera. You can sure get a lot of it in the basement at Kodak.
Old school. Wormhammer.
Sex with me is like a camera. Instant.
Sex with me is like a camera, an old camera at that. When you get it back, it looks like nothing ever developed. Chance of Showers.
Sex with me is like a camera. The flash is always going off when you don't want it to.
Rigamarole.
Sex with me is like a camera. It's hard to explain, but it looks a lot better at 24 frames per second than it does at 60.
All right, let's get another one. Let's go.
Oh, wait,
Moonman.
Moon.
Moon, and then a new topic.
Sex with me is like a camera. One finger in the wrong place and you ruin the whole thing.
That's a good one to end on. All right, let's do lighters. No one smokes anymore, but it's like, what's a lighter?
Well, a whole time, I guess. Sex with me is like a lighter. Come on, baby, light my fire.
Joe Lobb.
Another old lighter. Sex with me is like a lighter. Chance of it happening are Zippo.
Hey!
Oh! All right. Maybe I have one. Sex with me is like a lighter. Makes a concert a lot better. Chance of Showers.
Sex with me is like a lighter. Baby, I'm going to flick your bick.
Popcorn.
Sex with me is like a lighter. You can keep doing this, but nothing happens.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a lighter. You can be sure that once you see it, barbecue sauce will be soon to follow.
Chance of Showers.
Sex with me is like a lighter. If you're holding it too long, you're probably going to burn your fingers.
Sex with me is like a lighter. Add a fuel again. Riggy.
Sex with me is like a lighter. Sure, you're going to toss it in a drawer, but when the power goes out, you're going to be looking for it.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a lighter. Available for less than $5.
Thanks to inflation.
Go ahead, Propcorn.
Sex with me is like a lighter. You're probably going to be luckier if you ask someone else for it.
All right, new one. Candy cane.
No.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a candy cane. Pretty sticky.
Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a candy cane, somewhat twisted.
Riggy.
Not proud. Sex with me is like a candy cane. What else you gonna put over the Christmas tree?
Did I see Camel Treasure?
Sex with me is like a candy cane. It's the hook at the end that really gets you.
Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a candy cane. It's found at the inside of a stocking.
Sex with me is like a candy cane. It looks good when it's all wrapped up, but as soon as you put it in your mouth, you're like, ugh.
I love candy canes. What are you talking about?
Popcorn.
Sex with me is like a candy cane. Sometimes the best things just come out once a year.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a candy cane. Usually stale by the time you're desperate enough for it.
Joe Lobb.
Sex with me is like a candy cane. The flavor inside your mouth will linger for hours.
Okay, I just see on our chat, O-Ring has joined the chat, Flops alum, O-Ring, and he's offered us a suggestion that we're going to go with. O-Ring suggests board game.
Ooh.
Riggy.
Sex with me is like a board game. Sorry.
Chance of Showers.
Sex with me is like a board game. Roll the dice to see what you get.
Sex with me is like a board game. You'll be bored. Rigamarole.
Sex with me is like a board game. It was Colonel Mustard in the ballroom with a knife.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a board game. Some pieces are missing and no one's playing by the same rules.
Wormhammer.
Sex with me is like a board game. There's a lot of family arguments going on at the same time.
Oh my. Chance of Showers.
Sex with me is like a board game. Honey, tables might get flipped.
All right, that's Sex with me. Nice job. Yikes. That one's making the highlight reel. All right. So I'm looking at the second set, Flops, and I'm going to cut some games for time.
Oh.
I know. What game? Oh, what? Ah! Of these games, which games shouldn't I cut?
Actor's Nightmare.
Don't cut Actor's Nightmare? Okay.
Yeah.
You can cut love letters.
I'm going to cut love letters, and I'm going to go straight to what I lie to you. We always have bigger ambitions, folks, than we sometimes have time. So what I lie to you is a game where we're going to get suggestions from you, and please put them in the chat now, of something you would like to hear the Flops tell a story about. Two Flops are going to get to tell that story, and they're going to be Camel Treasure and Propcorn. And the story they tell will be based on your suggestion. Now, the story could be true, or the story could be a big, bold lie. And we'll have to figure that out, won't we? At the end of the story, we will vote who we think told the truth and who didn't, and also who we think had the better story. And we'll invite you at that point to do that as well. But a little twist we've added to this game is one other Flop not telling the story will get to serve as the Grand Inquisitor. And that Flop will get to probe each story with a key question to try and help us discern whether it's truth or not. And I think the Inquisitor for this game, I'm going to go with Chance of Showers. You willing to be the Inquisitor?
I suppose I could perhaps fulfill that role. Sure.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so let's see what our suggestions are for what we'd like to hear a story about. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Thank you, Mrs. Gumby. By the way, Mrs. Gumby starred in some of the commercials for our sponsors. A nice job. Let's give a shout out to Mrs.
Nice
Gumby.
job.
Yep. So I want to hear your best story, gentlemen, on seeing a mall Santa. Your best story on seeing a mall Santa. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to consider, and then I'm going to pick one of you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Propcorn, your best story about seeing a mall Santa.
This is an interesting and sad story. I'm Jewish by birth and upbringing, and I grew up in an Orthodox Jewish family, in fact. And I grew up in Brooklyn, where it was mostly, you're either Jewish or Italian when you grow up in Bensonhurst. So I was out with my mom on, Christmas holiday. We're at the mall. We're at King's Plaza in Brooklyn. And there is a Santa Claus sitting there, and damn it if I didn't want to see what all of this magic was about. Like there he was right there, and the line was right there. And my mother was like, well, Andrew, no, there's we don't do that. We don't believe in that. It's wrong. Come with me and I'll get you a new pair of whatever it was that I needed for school. And I ended up having the most major cow in the middle of King's Plaza, just total tantrum. And my mother, walked away and left me just, on the floor, banging and crying that I wanted to get to that Santa. And eventually she came back, but I was quite the spectacle there, and it was sad and tragic. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
No, Propcorn.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. And so we are going to hear Camel Treasure's story now, and then the Grand Inquisitor will, of course, question both of them. So, Cam, your best story about the mall Santa.
One Christmas season during my undergrad, I worked in Toys R Us. I needed to pick some hours up. I needed some cash for, boys were young. And I was working as a cashier, and it just so happened the way that the Toys R Us was set up, the Santa was off to the side. So as a cashier, I'm pretty much looking at that setup all day. And the one thing I noticed is, the stereotypical, whenever you go into a mall or whatever, there's always a line. And I was amazed for like some time about how this guy was just like, it was almost just like clockwork. He'd have the kids in and out and done. And, the kids were never really upset, but like he got them on their lap, they would say their thing and then they would get off. And it was just, and it was weird. It was just this, that was weird. Speaking of, sorry, lights flickered for a second. Anyway, long story short, one day, and I noticed that like the parents were, they weren't really like happy that their kids were, had been seen. It was kind of this weird, awkward thing, but the kids were happy, so it was fine. One day I took my lunch break, just so happened to take it at the same time as the Santa. And when I went into the lunchroom to eat whatever I was eating, he was sitting there eating this just smelly tuna fish sandwich. And I looked over at him. I said, is that? He's like, oh yeah, I have it every day. It keeps the kids just going. No one wants to sit on my lap for more than 10 seconds. And I just, I guess that's the way to do it. But yeah, so every day he would eat a tuna fish sandwich to keep the lines moving.
Well, that seems like that would certainly work. Let's have Propcorn back on the screen and Chance's Showers. If your camera is, there you are. Okay, cool. So Chance's Showers, it is your sacred task here to probe them with a question to try and ascertain if they're fibbing or not. And if they are, no holiday gifts for them.
Okay, well, I did bring my probe.
Nice,
So-
excellent.
Ooh, I like it.
It's a fine
Gentlemen, be prepared.
Yeah.
It's Christmas here.
one.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Ricky. Who doesn't like a good Christmas probing?
Oh no.
I mean,
I forgot about that, Carol.
Right. It's an old chestnut for sure.
Dr. Demento will be proud. Propcorn.
Yes.
So how old were you when this occurred in the King's Mall Plaza?
I was older than I should have been for such behavior. I would imagine this was around 2nd or 3rd grade. So is that like 9, 10 years old?
Hunty, really? 9, 10 years old. And did your friends still believe in Santa Claus at 9, 10 years old?
Well, my friends from Hebrew school didn't.
Your Gentile friends, did they believe in Santa Claus as far as you were aware?
As far as I was aware, yes, but there was just this whole magic of Christmas that I just wasn't allowed in the tent.
Okay.
All
And
right.
had you ever asked your parents about Christmas before seeing Santa in the mall?
No, we watched Christmas specials on TV, like a Charlie Brown Christmas and all of that. But no, I was comfortable with my, my dreidel and my menorah and my pair of
Okay.
socks for 8 nights.
All right, so you're walking through the mall. You're like, okay, let's check this out. Did you actually ask to sit on his lap? Is that
Technically, it was one question, chance of showers.
Oh, it's only one? Only one question?
One key
Okay,
question.
let's back. Okay.
Always
All
try to
right.
tell
I
us, you
have
don't
like
listen.
2 more though. I have like a series. Like I'm not
I
gonna drag it
clearly-
out too long. I
She is
promise.
an inquisitor.
Inquisitor. That's plural. I'm sorry. Okay, I will not take as long as last time, I promise. But now all these other words you're making me say are making it take longer. Did you ask to sit on his lap?
No, I think it was a general, I want to go there.
Just see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Last question. Was your mother a drinker?
Not really, but she would occasionally drink the foam off of my dad's beer and not be able to do dishes that night.
Oh, Mama Propcorn can't
Just
hold
wondering
it.
where she went during that tantrum. I don't know. Okay, I'm moving on because the horse is at work.
Mhm. That's right.
TikTok. Cam.
Yes.
So picked up hours at Toys R Us Christmas season. Very nice, very nice. The lights flickered at your house. Is your house haunted?
It's unlikely. I mean, it is an old house. It's 100 and some odd years old, but it's unlikely.
Okay. Lunch break with Santa. Were there onions in the tuna sandwich?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, it was a tuna fish. It was a tuna salad with the mayo, so probably.
Okay. Fake beard or real?
Oh, absolutely real.
Okay. Last question. You observed that the children were getting on and off the lap at a good clip. Did you observe their facial expressions during this transaction?
Well, there was a distance thing, and I was a cashier, so I wasn't staring at them intently. But I did notice that they didn't have any criers because those stand out. But there were there was some confusion, and it just it's 20 years ago. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Don't be sorry.
Okay.
Okay, done.
Thank you, Chance of Showers. So I've asked our audience. They've come to your defense, by the way, Chance of Showers. They say you're the Grand Inquisitor, not the Grand Single Questioner.
Oh, good. Sign them
I
up.
did go long last time. I did review the tape, and I think Ricky was having a seizure as I was like, oh yeah, I didn't hear it. A little long. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. So I haven't gotten any feedback yet from our audience about who might be a big fibber and who's not a big fibber. So first, let's start here. Let's ask everyone to vote who they think had the better story. So I'm going to start with Propcorn. Just simply raise your hand or put the thumbs up if you think that Propcorn had the better story. Okay, so I see 2 for Propcorn. And raise your hands if you think Cam had the better story. All right, so Cam gets a bonus point.
Do dead people get to vote in this one?
Everybody here can vote.
You
Yeah.
have a dead person present in your room.
Nice.
Flicker the lights
If you can hold up a dead arm in your screen, then that will count.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep.
Oh, we have another flop tuning in. The canned lady has joined us.
There's no
in the
hand
chat.
in that shirt, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have to determine.
Yes, there is.
We saw you do it. You got to be more stealth, kid. All right. So now I want to get your take on who thinks that Propcorn's story was true. Right. Okay. Wormhammer says it's true. Everybody else, I think, says it is not.
I think he was telling the truth.
Okay, so Cam thinks he's telling the truth. So you have two people that think you're telling the truth. Don't tell us yet. Who thinks that Camel Treasure's story was true? Okay, so five say true, 3 say not true. Okay. So here's the big question. Propcorn, was your story true?
No, not at all.
Ah.
I've never been on a Santa's lap, so I had no story, so I had to lie.
You fooled one flop, so you get 1 point for that.
That's because it would be inappropriate for him to sit on his boss's lap.
Yeah, that's true. So Propcorn, I would tell you, I was believing you until the Inquisitor did her job extraordinarily well and asked the age. And most kids 9 or 10 years old at that point don't believe in Santa. Of course, for any kids that are watching, of course Santa is real.
It's real. It's totally real.
Totally real.
Totally
Would we
real.
lie to you?
No.
What?
No, Santa's
No.
real, Leo. Santa's real. Right?
Santa's
So-
totally real.
So if you had adjusted the age down, I think you might have won. So Camel Treasure, is your story true or false?
Absolutely true.
All right. All right.
I laughed long
Comedy
and hard
flops
when I did
ruining
that.
childhoods one at a time.
So he yeah, that's right.
Leo still believes.
So Camel Treasure fooled 3 flops. 5 of us figured him out. But he gets 3 points plus a bonus point for being awarded the best story. So well, actually, hang on.
Propcorn might win audience favorite.
Yeah, I'm looking. Let's see.
And as a side note, I think his mother may have become a drinker that day had that happened.
Well,
Actually,
He
it
saved
was
your mother
true.
by having that be a lie.
Yeah.
My mother
Actually-
would get tipsy drinking the foam off my dad's beer.
Camel
That
Treasure
was
actually
true.
gets more points. Camel Treasure fooled 2 audience members. He fooled Andy and he fooled the cammed lady.
What did
No.
the Santa do before lunch? There's a whole morning shift there.
I couldn't tell you. I do
Back
not.
in the day, there was.
Probably
That's
ate
why I thought it was
sardines
a
out
lot.
of the can.
Morning bratwurst.
All right.
And for all we know, he probably had a sandwich before too.
Might
A little
have.
whiskey.
It was a little pick me up.
He didn't wash the
Okay.
suit.
That brings to close Would I Lie to You? And we're going to go now to a little game called Actor's Nightmare. And this is a game for, I believe, Joe Lobb and the Moonman. They're going to be 2 people doing a scene for you. And in this scene, one actor has the script, and that'll be Joe Lobb. And the other actor doesn't, and that's the Moonman. And Joe Lobb, it looks like we have 2 scripts to choose from. Why don't you tell us what you've got?
We do. I have Betty's Summer Vacation by Christopher Durang. And if you know Christopher Durang, you can know it's going to be out there. And we have Music from a Sparkling Planet, which I have not read.
Okay, so Flops, I'm going to ask you, which one would you rather hear Joe Lobb read from?
First one.
Okay,
One for
Well,
Durang,
it's gotta be Betty.
2 for Betty,
Yeah, Betty.
3.
okay,
Betty's
Betty it
Summer-
is. All right, and I'm going to give you a page number, Joe Lobb. I'm going to give you the page number 21.
Got it.
And I'm going to give you one other thing to inspire your scene, and that is a suggestion from a previous game from O-Ring, and that was First Date.
First Date.
Did anyone else just hear voices from the ceiling?
The neighbors are loud, I know.
Oh, well, if I'm the only one hearing it, maybe it's a reaction to being stung by the stingray.
Hey, we're still mourning Steve Irwin. You don't need to be bringing that stuff up.
Well, no one else seems to hear it.
I think I've heard enough. I mean, when I said I'd move here with you, I mean, this is the first state since my childhood home I've lived in.
Well, you're not a very reliable witness, Trudy. After all, you said your father forced you to have sex with him.
I told you that in confidence. I don't need to be reminded.
Well, that's not what he told me. He said you seduced him.
Okay. I told you to stop sexting with my dad.
It's never too young to be a flirt. Flirting with your father, it's disgusting. Why do you insist on being so competitive with me?
Because it's my dad. What the hell are you doing?
Betty, do you talk to your mother this way?
Absolutely not. And you better not talk to her like that either.
Well, neither was Trudy.
I mean, you can be so difficult sometimes. I wish you'd go live with the people upstairs.
Was not.
You're just argumentative all the time.
You were arguing about something very serious in a childish way and made us laugh.
You'll laugh at anything. I've seen your Netflix setup. You're not watching good stuff.
Somebody say something about boobs?
I think you did just now. I don't think you watch much for that on Netflix.
Mother.
Do not call me a mother.
Cool.
Yeah, you better be cool with it.
Well, my husband's dead. My daughter is rude to me, and God knows what Mrs. Vanislaw is coming out of his room with Key. So what else do you expect me to do?
Just sit, be quiet, watch more Netflix.
We'll microwave the dinner up later. Come on, Buck. Let me show you some tricks I learned when I visited my husband in prison.
Well, that could be interesting. I'd hear that story.
But I've worked so hard on dinner.
Yeah, it was so hard pressing the buttons on the microwave.
No, sounds like sneeze. Knees?
Please?
Fleas. March sometimes flees.
Jeez.
Fleas. Not sleaze.
Oh, it better not be fleas. I told you not to bring a dog into this house.
Shh. Fifth word again. First syllable.
First syllable. Hi.
Shiver. Shiver me timbers.
I don't like this game. Can we play something else?
Shock treatments.
That doesn't sound fun either.
That movie was cool.
For a low budget Netflix picture.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, it took them long enough.
Didn't you ever see The King and I?
I hadn't. I told you I was going to, but I don't take your movie recommendations. They're horrible.
Maybe we should just have a time limit. That took half an hour to get.
Well, if you download some updates on your computer, it wouldn't take so long.
You did very well.
Yeah, because you're technologically illiterate.
Mother, he's in the bathroom in Buck's room. Let's just leave him there.
Stop calling me mother.
And scene. All right, let's get everybody back for our final game of the evening. And our final game of the evening is called Last Flop Standing. And Last Flop Standing is just a debate game, right? Chance to be energetic, to engage each other in mental exercises as we debate the weighty of our time. And so I've asked you to help us with that. And let's see what suggestions we have. We have eggnog or hot chocolate as a debate. We have mincemeat pie or fruitcake. That's intriguing. That could be interesting. But I feel like the one we might go with is, should we be allowed to eat desserts first at Christmas? And I'm going to really say any seasonal holiday this time of year, right? I want to be inclusive here. So I think that's the one we should go with. And how this game works is I'm going to set a 4-minute timer. And I'm going to pick a flop to start debating. And at any point, another flop can raise their hand, and I'll acknowledge them, and they will briefly, and flops, I want to really emphasize this, briefly tell them why they think the person's talking is wrong. If you are not brief, you automatically lose. That's how I'm going to do it tonight. So you have like, quick, they're wrong because blah. And if I choose you, then you get to talk. If I do not, then you go away, and the person talking continues. Rigamarole, you seemed like you were going to have a stroke to go first. So sure, you can start. Okay, yeah. So the topic again is, should we be able to eat dessert first at the holidays? The timer starts with your first word.
John said that we should be inclusive here. We should be talking about all the holidays, whether you should be able to eat dessert first at all the holidays. Well, I'm sorry. Our holiday, the mascot for, not Jesus, the other one, is a big, plump man who wears a big old suit to stay warm. And you're going to tell me that Christmas ain't the holiday that you should be able to eat dessert first at? All the other ones, they can if they want to. But Christmas, it's a necessity that you eat dessert before you eat. You should be eating dessert for
Wormhammer.
For lunch.
You don't want to spoil the dinner.
That's true.
Christmas dinner is one of the most valuable things in the year during the Christmas time. And if it takes a lot of time and a lot of people to get this thing ready, to get the ham on the table, the peas, the mashed potatoes, all the things that make a meal take a long time.
Go Lobb.
And you don't want to spoil it.
He's too young. He's too young to be talking like a parent.
That's true.
Yeah. You will spoil your appetite, but once a year, hey, what the heck? And the dessert might be so special, and you might not spoil your appetite. Who knows? Oh,
Chance of showers.
As a parent, I put up an advent calendar full of chocolate. So these kids are eating chocolate for 24 days all month.
Got it. Went too long. I'm ruling for Joe Lobb.
Yeah, okay. As I said, they might not spoil their appetite. They might be able to eat the dessert and eat a full dinner and thus repay the parents for all their hard work and labor. Another way to circumvent that is have the kids help make the dinner themselves, so that if they realize that if they're not going to eat it, they lose some of their own work.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. Wormhammer.
Kids do too much work around the house anyway.
That's not true at all.
No. What kind of house do you live in? This is a
Chance of showers.
The kids are not going to help make the meal.
That's true.
Thank you. That is very true. I mean, no matter how much you try to engage them and get them in the kitchen to try and help and try and teach them how to cook, it is not happening. They will come and do the one task you ask them to do, and then they are out of there. So, no. And, by the by, they're eating the chocolate out of the advent calendar all month long before, so they technically have had the dessert. So the day of, they need to eat the meal, and then they can have the other dessert at the end of the meal. So there's just no way around that. They are technically getting the dessert all month long.
I think we lost John. Camel treasure.
I disagree with her. I mean, Christmas time is the year, and you know, you celebrate by eating dessert first.
Wormhammer, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say they don't eat their advent calendars because I lost my advent calendar on the 4th day of December.
That is Propcorn. What do you have to say?
Well, for Hanukkah, we eat these little potato things, and that's kind of the ultimate treat here.
That's not dessert. Wormhammer, go ahead.
Yeah, I lost my freaking advent calendar on December 4th this year.
Chance of
And
showers.
I want potatoes at Propcorn's house.
Moon, what do you want to argue?
Advent calendar is not dessert.
It's got chocolate.
That's true. Propcorn.
An advent calendar is like all these pieces of paper. It's not dessert at all. It's a
That's
calendar.
true too.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Propcorn.
I just don't understand why people are eating calendars. Like,
Chance
what's
of showers.
with Christians?
Time!
Jewish.
Time!
You're Jewish. Just stay in your lane. Don't worry about it.
Time.
No offense.
I love potatoes, but like the potato pancakes. Oh, I'm with you a lot.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
I eat those are appetizers to me. You eat them all.
Little applesauce.
I guess
little
I'm
sour
disappointed
cream.
now.
Yeah. We got you back. Yeah, we couldn't hear. I don't know if you froze or something before, but
Yeah, something. My internet got stupid. I don't know if something was happening elsewhere in the house. Usually we're
Is
fine.
your house haunted?
Might be. It might be. Well, Propcorn actually wins that. I know. I called time just as we hit 4 minutes, just as you objected, but he was in. You just came this close, Chance of Showers, this close.
Damn.
I know. Half of you are still frozen to me, so I don't know what's going on tonight with the old internet. I'm going to close something. Maybe that will help.
We were so good, we broke your internet.
Broke my internet. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, that brings our show to a close this evening. Good
Aw.
job. What do you mean, no?
Oh, let's start over.
I hear encore. I mean,
Do you now?
Time for the third set.
I hear. Hi.
Wait, what if we all pull out our lighters now?
I wish I had one. Yep.
Ooh, ooh.
Is that the holiday spirit to boo me? Really?
Next debate topic.
Big debate. Should we boo John or not? Yeah.
that's his Christmas present this year.
You get booed. I like it. Excellent. Well, I want to thank everybody who has watched our shows over the last year and more recently come out to our shows and more of equal importance supported the 12 different organizations in our community. I don't know yet how much we raised this year, but I'm sure we raised probably a couple of $1,000s for them. And I want to thank everybody who made that happen. And I certainly want to thank an immensely talented cast who puts on fun shows every month, whether it's in this space or the live space. In 2023, we'll be picking a whole new set of charitable organizations to support. And so keep an eye out for that. And if you have an organization that you think we ought to consider, email us, put it on our Facebook, etc. Let us know. It's comedyflops@gmail.com. We would love to know about them and help them if we can. Starting in 2023, on a regular basis, second Wednesday of the month, we will be doing in-person performances at the Downstairs. Just a little bit past the State Theater here in Ithaca. We'll keep our third Friday virtual shows going, and you might see us popping up in Cortland from time to time. Who knows? But it works because you're part of it. Thanks for being part of our year and what we do. And happy holidays.
Betrayals to
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.